afternoon, it's Auntie Amaka here. This is March 8th, the International Women's Day, and we are the Women's Economic Summit powered by She-ild Initiative. And to what inspired this event? Our hashtag, by the way, is building up womanhood, and that is what inspired this economic summit today. We want to see women built up. We want to break the barriers around finances. We want to see more women become financially literate. We want to see more women become economically independent. We want to see a thriving society, right? Not a society flying on just one wing of the men. Truth be told, women are a powerful force to be reckoned with. So it's high time we get awakened to the consciousness of who we are, what we can do, what we can achieve, and embrace it with our two hands. It's high time we begin to function at our optimal potentials and build society. So the bias we're breaking today is that around finances. So yes, if you can think it, you can do it. You can be anything you want to be. You can be a millionaire. You can own a multi-million-dollar company. It's not an aberration. Wealth has no gender, right? So that's the reason behind the Economic Summit today.
But my prayer is you will not live in poverty. That is sufficient enough. All those millionaires and billionaires you hear about, none of them woke up and said, I'm going to be a billionaire, I'm going to be a millionaire. In fact, when I was doing the research, we found out that all the people on Forbes' list of billionaires and trillionaires are there because they set out to solve human problems. And they did it in such a phenomenal way that the universe and the God that presides over the universe rewarded them abundantly. So, I'm going to talk to you from a practical sense because I want to be part of the people who will lift women from poverty. If you can pay your bills, you can feed yourself, you can pay for your shelter, you can be responsible for a business or work for somebody responsibly, contribute to your family, my dear, you don't try.
I'm actually very happy that seeing a lot of women together trying to talk about how to break the barriers in the society. And I think with the work Auntie Amaka is doing, She-ild Initiative, I think they're doing a lot of work when it comes to sensitizing women and educating women on how to actually make lives better.
Today, the Women Economic Summit has decided to set the pace by organizing a women conference centered on building the finance of women. Women before now has been left behind, relegated to certain cadres and levels in the society, but today we are here to change the narrative by breaking the bias that the society has set against them, helping them break self-imposed biases and limitations so that they can fulfill their God-given destiny. So women are free right now to be the best they can ever be in their life. So women, it's time to soar. Go ahead and succeed.
She says she speaks with wisdom. Wisdom. She's studious, she's versatile. Women, we gotta study psychology, study history. How many women can dissect what's happening in Ukraine and Russia right now? They just be asking, what women do they react? Now, wow, I heard Russia and Ukraine are fighting. Now, wow, in fact, I was having low BPS when I was watching this. What is your business in that one? When coronavirus came, Jesus Christ, I am one woman in this country. They go coronavirus. But you gotta study. You gotta study. Study psychology, study history, study all those things. Find out what's going on when Nigeria is playing match. Know Nigerian players. It's not just for guys. Know what's going on. Know what's happening in Masa. Know what's happening in medicine. Know what's happening in politics. Even if you're not there, be versatile. She is versatile. You can be an advisor to presidents.
Every woman should be inspired to aim higher. Every woman should be inspired to achieve much, just like the men. There is no gender bias in this world anymore.
Results are not gender sensitive. If you produce results, you can be able to represent anywhere at any time, right? So I'm urging the women folk, come on, go out there, learn that skill, come on, connect, do great things. Why? Because we all are humans before we became man and woman. So come on, go get the skill, give your best, and the world has a place for you.
Are there areas in tech that are gender specific? If yes, why?
Good afternoon, everyone.
In a minute.
I'm really so happy to be here today. And to answer your question, I think results are not male or female. Does it make sense? Results are not what? Male or female. So whoever gives results will be able to work in the tech fair. The CEO of YouTube is the second most visited website in the whole wide world after Google. His CEO is Susan. Somebody else is Susan here, right? So Susan is the CEO of YouTube. So if we're talking about tech, I work with about 32 staff. And these 32 staff, about 15 of them are women out of the 32. So, there was a time when we were 24, it was 12 guys, 12 women. So when we come for interview, like we did interview some days ago, we are not asking whether you are a girl or because UI UX does not ask you for your gender. Coding does not ask for your gender. Right? Blogging does not ask for your gender. If you want to do SEO, they are not asking for your gender.
It's so wonderful. In fact, I must say a very good thank you to Auntie Amaka for convening this program. It's educative, interactive, and so many young women benefited so much from it today. Today, our topic for the Women's International Day is breaking the bias. Bias in so many ways, and she has concentrated in the economical section, that is the finance sector of it. And it's good because women are seen as the weaker people, the victims, the entitlement mentality in the aspect of we must be pitied on. So she took time to bring resource persons that help x-ray all these areas for people to understand and know why being a woman is great.
We chose to put up this Women's Economic Summit. The truth is that finance is very important, and a lot of women are disadvantaged when it comes to finance. So we felt that an opportunity to educate women, enlighten them, and empower them when it comes to business, entrepreneurship, and financial literacy is what we need to start the journey.
According to the World Economic Forum, of the 189 economies assessed in 2018, 104 economies have laws preventing women from working specific jobs. 59 economies have no laws on sexual harassment in workplace. Globally, women earn 77% of what their male counterparts earn for doing the same work. Statistics go on and on. Now that we realize that women economic development, empowerment and participation is paramount to nation building and development, we must look beyond women empowerment as a topic merely discussed only during certain conferences, summits or gatherings. We must remove our resting elbows from the table of silence and defeat that we are accustomed to, silently waiting to be invited into conversations and actions that determine and affect how much of the world that we can change. We must deafen our ears to the excuses parading themselves as self-doubt. For while we are waiting, the world is wailing. We cannot expect the world to consider us valid while we fold our arms and act like invalids. Our mind cripples the very battles that we were born to fight. Our eyes so dim that we cannot see the light or dare to be it. Dear woman, you must judiciously use these opportunities that society is beginning to hand to you, to us. As thirsty athletes after a marathon, we must gulp down knowledge until we're full enough to feel. You see, the way you choose to use your talents, your gifts, your skills, what you've learned matters. The way you tell your stories, why you share your experiences matter. And where you stand, who you stand for, and why you stand is equally as important as what you're standing on. It is easier to be seen standing on the podium than it is to be seen standing on mere ground. We must understand that change does not come from wishful thinking, but hard, consistent, and true work. For while we wait around the world, women constitute of 70% of the world's poor population, and females around the world who suffer from period poverty, and very many still do not have access to functional educational systems. We must take the bull by the horn. We must face our fears squarely. We must read, we must learn, we must act upon the things that interest us, but more importantly, on the things that matter. We must leave the world better than we found it. We must plant the trees, even if we might not live long enough to sit in its shade.
Woman is not weak. No, she is not weak. She is a symbol of strength. She is a passion freak, strong. Even when she falls, she never stays still. Yes, women like Okonchiwala. She never lets words weigh her down. Her mind is forever standing. Women like Ngozi Chimamanda Adichie, she has a power in her hand, a pen. Her voice cannot be silenced. She doesn't have a seduction plan. She has a writing skill. Woman is fear. She lets go her fear. She raised her hand up high, despite the wind of brutality and oppression. Her hijab flowing in the air, her head raised up high, her voice loud and clear. Aisha Yesufu is a woman. Woman is intellectual. She is innovative. She does not belong to the kitchen, the other room, and the other rooms. She's more. So dear young lady, you are what's more. Your strength doesn't lie on your cleavage or your power in between your thigh, but your strength lies in the power of your mind. Because with this mind, you can go places your leg can't go. With this mind, positive things can be bettered. Dear beautiful one, look beyond this. Look beyond what the physical eyes can see. Look beyond this physical environment. What can you see? What can your mind tell? You are what more? But you, who are you? This is a shout out to women out there who understand vision, purpose, and passion. Women like you and me. Women like Auntie Amaka, women like Onyejile Mamarachi, women like Oprah Noye, women like Quincy Peters, women like you, women like me. We are doing more. We are not a generation of weakness. We are not a gender of vulnerable weakness. We are a gender dedicated to change. We are women who are going to change narratives.
Wow, the experience has been mind-blowing. In fact, I'm so excited at the turnout of women today. If you know women well enough, you know that we usually do not turn up for things, especially that around finance. So I think that what we've been doing thus far is actually working. We got a lot of young ladies to come out to talk about finance, to pitch. So we took them through the ideation stage, putting it down on paper and talking to the public. For me, we have built capacity, and that's a good thing.
We hope that it will awaken the consciousness of the women to think about finance, to think about their position in the economy. We hope it will activate the business-minded to put their business ideas on paper. Those who have already started business, we hope it will energize them to work further, and more importantly, seek mentorship in whatever business they're pursuing.